let's rock and roll. So, who are you? What do you do?
Well, I'm Santiago. I'm the co-founder and CEO of LiveKuna.
And LiveKuna does what?
Well, LiveKuna is a vertically integrated food company, bringing new ways, exciting ways to eat superfoods for today's living.
What the hell does that mean? Break that down for me.
Well, that means that we work with superfoods, and superfoods are basically products that have very high percentage of nutrients. These could be from fiber to protein to antioxidants in the purest form possible. So what we do is basically grow the seeds and grains ourselves, or we partner also with small and mid-sized farmers in Ecuador, and then we pack and we create innovative blends that you can use in your smoothies, or you can add on your breakfast, or you can bake with them and basically sell them.
So you partner with small and medium-sized local farmers in Ecuador.
That's correct. Yes.
To grow superfoods, which you then kind of blend in kind of creative ways to create innovative products. Is that it?
Correct. Yes. And the reason why we partner with farmers rather than just sourcing is because we believe that we believe that there has to be transparency across the whole supply chain. So, for example, if you go to a store, you might buy a tomato, but you have no clue where the tomato is coming from. So, part of our DNA, part of our mission of LiveKuna is to actually be traceable at all times. Mm-hmm. So, we partner with small farmers and medium-sized farmers, and we get to know them. We get to understand their needs. They also kind of partner with the requirements that we are looking for. And it ends up being a partnership where everybody wins and everybody works towards the same goal, which is feeding the world better products and healthy products.
Okay, so give me some examples of the products that you guys have launched, that you deal in, that kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. So we started with chia seeds. Ecuador is one of the largest producers of chia, mm-hmm. and up to 2013, we exported 96% of the chia production.
We being Ecuador.
We being Ecuador. Ecuador exported 96%, but only 4% stayed within the Ecuadorian market. So that's when the light came up, and we decided to create a product to bring back chia seeds into the country. By bringing back, I mean actually supply to the people that grow, so they can benefit from the healthy nutritional properties of chia instead of exporting overseas. So that's how the whole idea came into place, is to feed our own people with a product that we produce ourselves, as opposed to just exporting. So we started with chia seeds.
Before we move on, why would people want chia seeds? What are the benefits? What are the, you're saying you wanted to bring them back to kind of Ecuadorian people to use. What are the benefits of chia seeds? Why is that a good thing?
Chia seeds is one of the highest. They're one of the highest sources of omega-3, plant-based omega-3, and as you know, your body does not produce omega-3 automatically. You need to gather from other goods. So chia is a great source of it. Then you have fiber. So it's a very good source of fiber, protein, magnesium. It has calcium. So it's a very complete nutrient coming out from a tiny little seed. That's the miracle side of the chia seeds. It's a small one, but it's full of nutrients. Mm-hmm. It also makes you feel full. Why? Because it has soluble fiber around the seed. When you mix with water, it creates a gel around the seed, and that gel is soluble fiber. And that soluble fiber once it's in your body, it kind of grows and makes you feel full. So it's a great source of food when you don't have much time to eat, or when you're trying to lose weight. That doesn't mean that it's going to make you lose weight. It just means that it's going to make you feel full, so you don't eat too much.
And you don't eat crap.
And you don't eat crap, exactly.
Okay, so that's chia seeds. So the beginning of your company, the idea that kind of got this thing going was, hey, you know, we've created this amazing product or this amazing seed in Ecuador, and basically we're shipping it to the rest of the world and really not gaining the benefit from it within our own country. So that was the start point of LiveKuna, right?
That's correct, yes.
And where did you go from there?
Well, from there, that was in 2014. So throughout the whole 2014, we started promoting the product and the chia seeds in Ecuador. And then I'm listening to. Are you? Sorry, can you hold on 1 second? Something is
sure
knocking over here. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. So
there we go. Sorry, I left the coffee thing open.
Don't worry about it. If this was a professional, setup, that would be where I'd put the advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm drinking by what is this? Antioxidant cocoa fusion. This is brought to you by. No, it's not actually. But I just happen to be drinking some bai right now. Anyway,
how is that taste?
I like the Molokai coconut. That is like the one that, for me, has the best taste without all of the fake sweetness that you get from these kind of drinks. So
yeah. Okay.
Anyway, let's keep going. So you guys, you launched a chia seed product company in the beginning. That was in 2014. We haven't kind of got into the how you did that because. Maybe you're a trust fund baby and you got loads of cash and you just sort of decided to launch a company, or maybe you had some struggles along the way. We can get into that in a minute, but let's go into what came after chia seeds.
So after chia seeds, we ventured into other types of superfoods like quinoa, and quinoa also is a great source of protein, and it's been a millenary. It's kind of a food that has been with our ancestors for thousands of years.
Ecuador again? When you say our ancestors?
Ecuador, Bolivia, Peru, even Colombia. Mm-hmm. These are Andean countries. It's part of the Andean region, which a lot of these products grow very easily because of the soil. It's very high in minerals and vitamins. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is a great source of protein as well. And the funny thing about quinoa is that for thousands of years in South America, we've been eating only in one way, which is in a soup, quinoa soup.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize there even was a quinoa soup.
Exactly. And that's kind of the reason why we venture into quinoa is try to make something else with quinoa, and try to make something else with chia, and evolve and innovate with these two ingredients, because right now, consumers are very demanding in the type of products that they want to eat, and they want products that are versatile. Mm-hmm. And they can apply to different types of sets, in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So that's why when we started with chia, we wanted to do something else with chia. When we started with quinoa, we wanted to do something else with quinoa. So we created value-added products. One of those is chia plus probiotics. Okay. And chia plus probiotics is a mix that was the first one of its kind in all North America. That's where we launched the product in the States in 2015.
Okay.
And the reason why we mix chia with probiotics, and I don't know if you're aware of probiotics, but probiotics are microorganisms,
right.
Good bacteria.
Okay.
You have good and bad bacteria in your body. Basically, when you get sick, you take antibiotics, you kill the bad bacteria, but you also kill the good bacteria. So you need to recreate good bacteria. And how you do that is taking probiotics. So, you can gather probiotics from yogurt, you can gather probiotics from kimchi, some other types of foods, but sometimes they do not guarantee live and active cultures in those probiotics.
So in other words, I can go buy probiotic products or products with probiotics in, but there's no guarantee that the probiotics are necessarily alive and useful.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. So essentially, we partner with a probiotic supplier that gives you and guarantees you 1 billion live and active cultures per serving. Mm-hmm. In our case, it's 12 grams of serving, which is a tablespoon that you will add into your breakfast. So the idea of mixing chia with probiotics is a perfect symbiotic product. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Is chia is a prebiotic, a natural prebiotic, which has soluble fiber. That's why it's a prebiotic. And then you have probiotics. The mixing of these two is a perfect marriage. Because
real quick, who should be using products like this? Is this for people who are sick? Is this for people who are athletes? Is this for old people? I mean, who is
the target for this? Anyone that is looking to improve their immune system and their digestive system. Mm-hmm. So it could be from a kid going to school and is having problems with getting sick all the time. Mm-hmm. They need to build that immune system. It could go up to a person doing sports all the time, a football player that needs a little bit of a boost to their immune system, and it could be somebody, you or me having digestive problems, and you need that probiotic that is going to help you.
So it's only for people that need a little extra. It's not for the everyday person.
Well, you certainly need probiotics on a daily basis. Everybody does. Everyone needs a good bacteria to feed on that good bacteria. You can, many people live without eating probiotics. That's fine. But if you fulfill that gap, you're gonna live healthier. And that's why.
So everybody, not just people who have a.
No, exactly. We're not targeting just one specific group of people or demographic. It's for everyone.
Okay.
And that's why we mix with chia, not because we happen to grow chia, but because chia serves as the fuel for probiotics to grow in your body because of the soluble fiber that it has. So it's a perfect symbiotic product. And then we created also a value-added product with quinoa by mixing quinoa with vegetables in a powder form, and we added probiotics. So you will add these to your smoothies, and this is a mix of vegetables like barley grass, wheatgrass, alfalfa grass, spirulina, spinach, broccoli, kale, and we're adding probiotics as well. So
it's quinoa. It's powder-based green vegetables, so broccoli, kale, spirulina, etc., together with probiotics. So the perfect storm of three things, effectively.
Exactly. And this is, again, for everyone that it's looking to eat all of those nutrients from the greens, but also mix them with a protein base, which is the quinoa, and add some good bacteria in them.
So LiveKuna came along and said, okay, we want to bring together quinoa, which is a staple in Ecuador, used predominantly in soups, and we think there's ways to get more kind of innovative and creative with that core product. And so you blended it with some green powder-based greens and probiotics. What made you think that this was something consumers were going to be interested in? Did you kind of do some market research? Did you how did you figure out before you even launched the product that this was something people would want to purchase?
Well, we always do focus groups whenever we want to launch a new product, and before that that's the stage where you already have the product and you launch it into focus groups to gather more information and feedback. But before that, we kind of study the marketplace and see where that trend is going and where the demand is going. So we knew that blends and smoothies were a huge part of we're growing at a fast pace. For example, in the US right now, you have 3 to 4% of the population eating smoothies on a regular basis. And when I say regular, it's on a daily basis that they have a smoothie. And 3% out of 325 million, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a good number. It's a million.
I thought you were going to do the math then, but you pulled back from the edge there.
10 million. There you go. 10 million.
All right.
So 10 million people drinking smoothies on a daily basis. That's a big number. So what do you do when you're looking for a smoothie? Basically, you go and buy your vegetables, your protein, and then if you want to add some probiotics, you add yogurt. But it's not going to guarantee you that it has the live and active culture. So instead of doing all of those, instead of going through all that trouble, we decided to blend everything in one product and call it quinoa greens. So for people that they want to take vegetables, but they don't like it. They don't like the taste of it.
Right.
And I might be one of those, and that's one of the main reasons how everything started is kind of trying different things. And for me, it was a perfect solution because I could have all of my greens in a powder form, in a matter of a scoop, blended it into my smoothie, and that's it. So it's convenience, it's health, and it's full of nutrients.
Okay, so you and your partner, do you both start this business together?
Yes.
So that was how long ago now?
That is in 2000. At the end of 2013, we started cooking the idea of creating the company. And when I say started talking about it, is realizing what the opportunity was. And then in 2014, we launched the product in Ecuador, and that's how everything got started.
Okay, so what were you guys doing beforehand, before you started the business?
Carlos was part of a business. He started another business in marketing, advertising. He had company of vending machines. Okay. So he's always been entrepreneurial in that sense, and I've also been entrepreneurial. I used to have a company. Well, I still have, but I'm not managing an advertising company.
Okay.
And we do digital advertising. And from then on, we also went into the food business together with Carlos by exporting plantain chips into Canada.
Oh, cool.
And that's how we started working together. That's the first time that Carlos and I started working together. You
were friends at that point?
Yes, we've known each other for decades already. Mm-hmm. We went to school together, university as well, and so very good friends, and we're part of the same group.
You married his sister, he married your sister.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. My sister is still single.
Oh, yeah? All right, man. So, okay, you started off as friends. You've known each other for decades. And then you guys sort of started sitting around, I'm guessing, a bottle of red wine or something good, and talking about the opportunity with chia and superfoods and so on. Next thing you know, you've got a new company on your hands. Is that pretty much it?
Yeah, well, a little bit. It was more than just a bottle of wine. It was a whole case of wheat. No, I'm just kidding. And no, it was a matter of a whole year that I was in Canada and he was in Ecuador. So in 2013, I was in Canada. I've been in Canada since 2011. And in 2013, I started eating chia seeds. So the first time that I came across chia seeds was in Canada, in Toronto.
Not in Ecuador.
Not in Ecuador. That's the funny thing, is that I came across chia seeds in Canada. And the person who introduced me to chia is a good friend of mine, Ruth Shamai, who happens to be the person who brought chia seeds for the first time to Canada more than almost 2 decades ago.
Okay.
So she introduced me to chia seeds. I started consuming chia, and then I helped her source chia seeds from Ecuador. I didn't know we had them, but I had friends that knew people that were growing chia. So I talked to them, and we started researching about it, and I helped her source the product from Ecuador, and that's how the whole interest came. So I talked to Carlos about that idea, and he said, "Hey, listen, let's start something together." And that's how LiveKuna came to be.
Okay, so you mentioned in the very beginning that you guys have a factory and an operating unit. You also have kind of partnerships with local small and medium-sized growers. How do you go from a couple of friends hanging out, talking about this, knocking this idea around for a year or so, to owning, setting up a factory, building a supply chain from end to end? Did you guys raise money? Did you put it on credit card? I can't imagine you put it on credit cards.
Yeah, first we needed some credit to get in the credit card. Yeah, I think that the first thing was, have the courage to leave whatever it was that we were doing and focus 100% in something that we believed was going to be changing our lives for sure, but also changing other people's lives. And in this case, through nutrition, through creating healthy products. And we said, listen, there is something big here. And we also took the opportunity that nobody was doing it in Ecuador and kind of pioneered with the chia industry. So we started with very little investment from our own pockets, from savings that we had, family members, and obviously at first you don't have many resources, so we didn't think as big as we think now, but we thought, okay, let's start little by little. Let's open up our first account, our first retail store, and then we move forward. And things started to pick up very quicker than I thought, and then we needed a little bit more resources. So by the end of 2015, we were still, by the end of 2014, the first year of business, we were still struggling. Even though the first year we sold close to $1,800,000 in revenue.
Okay.
And across 250 stores.
And this was chia seeds predominantly.
And this was chia seeds, one item.
Nice.
That's it.
Okay.
And there was a lot of support from people that were also in that trend and in that concept of eating healthy. So that helped a lot. So we kind of like burst that bubble of people going out and talking about superfoods and healthy nutrition and fitness, and we kind of convey all of those fitness, nutrition, health into one and communicated that campaign through social media, which was our only source of advertising at first.
And you have a pretty decent social media following at this point?
Yes, right now in Facebook we have around 80,000 followers, which primarily come from Ecuador.
Right.
We have also a few thousand in Colombia, Panama, Canada, and the US.
So are those the countries you currently sell in?
Yes.
So give me that again. Ecuador, Colombia, Panama, the United States. Did I miss one?
Dominican Republic.
Okay, DR. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And we also sell to Chile, but we sell as a private label. So we do private label as well. And when I say private label, is we're able to pack in other people's brands, taking because we have the resources, we have the processing plant. We're able to do that. So we pack chia and quinoa.
Now you mentioned that you were in Canada. Do you sell in Canada also?
Yes. So in Canada we have 2 distributors, and we also sell directly to stores, health food stores.
Cool. Okay. So from 2014, when this thing started rolling, in the last 3 years, you're now selling chia seeds plus chia seeds as a product, quinoa as a product. Any other products?
Yeah, so basically on the superfood line of products, we sell chia, quinoa, moringa, white chia, and that's basically it.
And those you sell in those 6 or 7 countries we've mentioned.
Most of them.
Okay.
The only moringa and white chia are 2 products that we only sell in Ecuador.
Okay.
The others we sell in all of the other countries. But we are going to be moving forward with exporting moringa and white chia. It's a matter of availability because I don't know if you've heard of moringa, but moringa comes, it's originally from Africa. But some South American countries started growing, so we haven't caught up yet.
Okay, so I don't know what to take me and my listeners through what moringa is.
Moringa, it comes from a tree. It's a tree, and they call it the tree of life because of the versatile ways that you can use moringa. You can put it on as a tea. You can drink it as a tea. You can mix it and do it in powder and take it in capsules. But it's very high in antioxidants.
Okay.
And also protein. So it's a superfood as well.
And how would you consume that? It's a powder or?
Yeah, so in a powder form or in the leaves. So the moringa, as I said, it comes from a tree. Mm-hmm. But then you take out the leaves from the branches, and those leaves you can either drink it directly as tea, or you can make it, you can blend it, you can make it a powder, and you can add into smoothies or bake with it or drink it directly.
Okay. So I got the feeling you were going to tell me that there were more products than that. You've got a range of
Yes.
4 or 5 superfoods, which are
correct.
And that's all under the LiveKuna brand, right? So if someone was in North America, for example, listening to this, and they wanted to find your products, they can do that under the LiveKuna brand, which I'm guessing is there's a .com or something along those lines.
Yeah, so LiveKuna.com is the website, and we have an e-commerce, so you can purchase directly from our e-commerce site. Mm-hmm. And you can buy basically the chia seeds, and you can buy also the blends plus probiotics, which are the organic chia seeds plus probiotics, and also the quinoa greens plus probiotics. Those are the blends. You can also purchase the chia seeds form in a chia shot, which is a very convenient way of carrying your chia seeds in a shot form, which is a single serving size, essentially. And we are launching next month. We're going to be launching our flour line of products, organic quinoa flour and organic banana flour. And these are two new products in our category. And these products are going to be launched in Walmart in 2,000 stores. Wow. Across the US.
So you're basically getting back to that whole kind of taking superfoods and getting creative with them. In this case, you're taking some superfoods and creating a flour out of them.
Exactly. And these are not just your typical flour. This is gluten-free, organic, wheat-free flour. And a lot of people are looking for an alternative version of an alternative way of baking or creating different recipes, but with wheat-free, gluten-free alternatives. And in this case, quinoa is a perfect alternative for it. Apart from the fact that it also has a lot of protein, so you're getting 2 for 1. And then the banana flour, you can also bake with it, but you can also take it straight and use it with shakes and add it into smoothies. And it has a lot of obviously potassium. It's organic, it's gluten-free, wheat-free. It has resistant starch, and it just tastes really good. And it's going to make your smoothies sweet without adding any sweetener.
Okay, and this is going to be in Walmart?
In Walmart in 2,000 stores starting in 3rd week of July.
And is this all out of Ecuador?
Everything is out of Ecuador. Everything is out of Ecuador. We partner directly with the farmers. Right now, it's around 40%. For example, for quinoa, the quinoa farmers, we source and we partner with 40% of small farmers that are part of co-ops. And these co-ops follow fair trade certifications, organic certifications, and then the other 60% of our sourcing comes from medium-sized independent farmers.
And is it a nightmare to import materials like this into the United States? I was just sort of anticipating, not that it's ever crossed my mind, but if I was a business that wanted to import, grown raw materials, products, etc., from outside of the US into the United States, is it a complicated process?
It is a complicated process the first time that you import. The second time, FDA, obviously, the first time you need to have first the facility registration number with the FDA, which we already have. Obviously, an FDA number for importing. You don't need to have an importing license. You could, but if you don't have it and it's going to take a long process, you can just hire a broker and they will do the whole importation, the brokerage license and all that legal stuff that sometimes it takes time and resources. So once you import for the first time into the States, you're going to be, the FDA is going to know who you are and what the company does, and the second time is going to be a smoother transaction. But the other side, the other process is also becoming a Walmart supplier. That's a whole different story. And we actually had an audit by Walmart actually 2 weeks ago. So a third party of Walmart already registered to be an audit certifier, came to our warehouse and they came directly from El Salvador. They came. That's where they have one of the audits that are part of the Walmart third-party audit companies, and they came into our facility. They were there the whole day checking, if the checklist was according to the requirements, and then they give you an average point. They grade you basically. So we got 98% of 100, which is more than enough to be able to supply to Walmart. We still need to work on that 2%, which is something that we already corrected it, but that's a whole different process, especially with selling to Walmart. And I believe selling to other retailers will take exactly the same process, and it's definitely something that you need to consider whenever you're selling to, or whenever you're exporting to a different country.
So what are some of the things that the audit company considers when it's looking at vendors for Walmart?
Well, first of all, that your facility is under the good manufacturing processes. So it has all of the standards of a good manufacturing process certification. Second of all, that your certifications are in place and are updated. So we have organic certification for the processes that we do. Also, that there are no third parties involved. We are the owner of the brand, the owner of the product, and we pack our own products. So that's another criteria that they look for.
Okay.
And also, that the other stuff like hygiene and employees, how many employees you have, how much you pay them, is that the legal, are they in the legal age, how many hours they work, do you compensate them on a yearly basis, are they under a contract, all the legalities of a regular company.
So that when, for example, Walmart sells your product and says to people, this is an organic product, it's sourced sustainably, it's sourced with, the right quality and so on, they know 100% that that's true.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Makes me feel a little bit better about going into some of these bigger stores and buying stuff from them.
Yeah, I know. It's you would have think that because prices are lower, or there's a lot of discounts, products might not have the criteria, or they might not meet certain requirements, but it's unbelievable the amount of due diligence that they do for our company, which is going to be selling only 2 items. They have millions of items in Walmart. Right. But this is a good process for us, because once they do this audit, this also goes into a system for GS1 and DMB. So whenever we apply to other retailers like Kroger or Whole Foods, they can also gather that information from us, and we might not need to go through the whole process again.
Got you. You mentioned Whole Foods. I'm guessing you guys sell your product through Amazon if people wanted to check it out on Amazon?
Yes, we sell our products in Amazon. You can find us by clicking Kuna Chia or Kuna Quinoa or just LiveKuna, and you're going to find all the different products that we sell there.
Kuna Chia, it's Kuna...
CHIA.
Okay, CHIA.
Kuna Quinoa, KUNA QUINOA.
Okay, or LiveKuna.
Or LiveKuna.
Wow, you got 3 brands rolling around in Amazon. That must get confusing for people. Sometimes. Okay, so what's the next 12 months for you guys? What are you focused on on doing? What's exciting about LiveKuna moving forward?
Well, what's exciting right now is we're going to be selling our products in the largest retailer in the world. So that's already a huge challenge. It's their new items. We're excited about those two items. And also by September, we're going to be launching our new line of superfood products, which is Kuna Pops. And Kuna Pops... Kuna Pops, yeah. Kuna Pops are the world's first superfood snack with probiotics. Now, this snack, it's a healthy alternative to a Cheeto.
Okay.
So you're going to be snacking on superfoods as of September 2017. Now, Kuna Pops has chia, quinoa, rice, natural flavors, natural seasonings, and we're adding 1 billion probiotics, 1 billion live and active probiotics into the mix to help you with your immune and digestive system.
So you said it's a healthier Cheeto. Does that mean it's basically it's a carb? Is it a carb like Cheetos, or is it not?
Well, it has carbs, it has calories, it has protein. It has fiber because of chia, it has protein because of quinoa, it has carbs because of rice, and it has the probiotics because of a Bacillus coagulans strain of live cultures that we're adding to it. So it's a healthy snack that not only is healthy but also tastes good, tastes fantastic. We're adding 3 flavors. One is white cheddar, the other one is chili, and the other one is tomato and basil.
Okay, and is it bright orange like a Cheeto?
Yes.
You're kidding, it is?
Sorry, is it what?
Bright orange like a Cheeto.
Bright orange?
Yeah.
No, not bright orange. I heard you extrusion. The process is extrusion.
Okay.
That's what I heard. No, the color of Kuna Pops is actually a natural color of when you see quinoa. You know, quinoa, it looks white, but when you cook, it's kind of a brown,
right.
A brown color. So that's the natural color of Kuna Pops.
So Kuna Pops in September. It's quinoa, it's chia, it's rice, organic rice.
And probiotics.
Yeah. It's going to be in cheese flavor, chili flavor, and what was
tomato and basil.
Tomato and basil.
Tomato and basil. Yes, it's gluten free.
All right, are you taking the piss? It's gluten free. Where am I going to be able to find Kuna Pops?
I need my market. We're also going to target England soon.
There you go. Where am I going to find Kuna Pops in September? Is this something I need to go onto Amazon to buy, or Walmart, or
So we're gonna make them available in Amazon. We're gonna make them available also in a few health food stores in the New York state at first. So we're gonna start working with a distributor that it's going to take us to around 1,000 stores in the first 3 months.
Okay.
And then we're going to venture into other stores. So Whole Foods obviously is one of those retailers that we're looking to enter in a matter of 6 months. Obviously, we're going to be knocking doors at Walmart. We have 2 distributors in Canada that are already excited about the product and are going to take the product for their distribution channel. So it's going to be great.
And so I'm a consumer. Why are Kuna Pops better for me than Cheetos?
Well, because it's healthier. It's made of superfoods.
Okay. And
it has ingredients that you can pronounce, like chia, quinoa, rice. In the case of chili, it's chili flavor, natural seasonings. In the case of the white cheddar, it's white cheddar, natural flavor. In the case of tomato basil, it's tomato and basil. And we're using sunflower oil, and that's it. Those
So,
are
so
those
does that
are
mean
ingredients.
does that mean it's got a shelf life of about 15 minutes?
It has a shelf life of about 16 or 15 minutes because that's all it's gonna take to finish the whole bag, my friend. And actually, it's going to last for 9 to 12 months. So we are working on the formula right now to keep it as natural as possible. We don't want to add anything that is going to affect the flavor in order to make it last longer. We want it to be natural. And right now we're at 9 months.
I think that's enough. Don't
9 months is more than enough, but
Yeah.
obviously you need to consider all those things because of the timing that it takes you to import from Ecuador to the States. And it's around 30 to 45 days if you bring it into New York. So all of those things need to be taken into consideration.
Yeah, I agree. But when you say it's as natural as possible, I don't. I think consumers want natural. Period. I don't think they want as natural as possible. I think they want natural. And then
And natural, and yeah, correct. And natural is what you're gonna get with Kuna Pops. That's why the ingredients are pretty simple. We're not adding anything that you cannot pronounce.
I don't know. I always have a problem pronouncing quinoa.
Yeah, that's the exception. The exception to the rule.
So you're going to launch a whole line of new superfood snacks in September called Kuna Pops. Is that kunapops.com where I could go find out about this, or is this through the LiveKuna website?
Yeah, we have a kunapops.com site. Right now is under construction until we launch the product. There you go. He's complaining now.
That would be the dog. That might mean my wife's arrived. I don't know. Let me just see. 1 second.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we're back. Hold it.
Is she back?
That was daughter. Number one that was number one daughter. Can you talk for a second and we'll just make sure it gets you? Hold it. Ooh. Damn this bloody thing. Okay, I'm starting here. Pressing record. Okay, we're going to continue. Let's keep going. All right.
Okay.
Are you with me?
So yeah, Kuna Pops are launching in September. And we're very excited about this product because it's something that we believe is going to change things completely in the snack industry. There is not a healthy version of a snack, and we think that people are ready to take superfoods into a snack format. They've been eating chia seeds for far too long in a typical format, and they can keep doing that, but now we want to bring a snack that they can eat throughout the entire day whenever they feel like it, and don't feel guilty about it, because this is a healthy one.
Now, I've actually tried Kuna Pops, so I'm going to kind of admit to the people listening that I've tried the product. The thing I'd say about it is it's incredibly tasty, incredibly good. So, it's one thing to be healthy, but you always assume that healthy is sort of either boring or it tastes like cardboard. It's not tasty. It's just sort of good for you. Doesn't always have the whole upside of great taste, great mouthfeel, and those sorts of things. But for some reason, Kuna Pops do. So great superfood. Good content, clean label, and yet it tastes like it's terrible for you, which is great.
Thank you for the endorsement.
You should put that on the back of the packet. Tastes like it's bad for you, but isn't.
But isn't. And you know what? Also the great thing about Kuna Pops is that it's not only healthy and tastes good, but it's also going to be doing good. And that's the Kuna part of the business that we're all about, and it's part of the DNA. Kuna, and it's this. You didn't ask me what Kuna means.
I didn't care. Tell me.
It's a very important reason why we exist and why we are here right now.
Okay.
Kuna means to give in Quechua, which is an indigenous language from the Andean region.
Okay.
So that has been part of our mission, part of our mantra to give nutritious products. But now with Kuna Pops, we're going to be giving back to communities in Ecuador. And we are partnering with an NGO in Ecuador that it's helping alleviate poverty in post-earthquake affected zones in Ecuador. So 10% of our profits are going to go directly to these communities, and we hope to make a huge difference and to keep doing that, because that's part of Kuna. That's part of a movement we are creating with these products.
Perfect. Okay, so LiveKuna.com. LiveKuna is available on Amazon. LiveKuna is about to launch 2 new products into Walmart. Kuna Pops in September, and a certain percentage, 10% of your profits are going to folks in Ecuador to help those who have been kind of impacted by the earthquakes. Is that a pretty decent summary?
That is a very good summary. Yes.
Perfect. Give me some thoughts that you would give people who want to start a food business, who kind of have a passion for getting better for you foods into people's lives and mouths and kitchens.
I will start by knowing that first of all you like your product, you believe that this product, first of all, it tastes good because you're putting it in your mouth, and it has to taste good. It has to be healthy in some way. There's too many junk stuff, too much junk in the world to add something else. And there's enough alternatives to creating something healthy. And also be passionate about your product and believe in your product, and have the courage to launch. And once you launch the product, and once you take that first step of treating it as your baby, and knowing that it's going to grow, and throughout the time you're going to have tough times and good times, but you need to maintain perseverance and keep going, and that's how you sometimes break just a passion from a business. It's going through the tough times and the good times, and make things happen as well. So I will suggest, first of all, be passionate about the products that you're creating, knowing that they're tasty, and if they're tasty and you're passionate, it's gonna be easy to share that passion with other people.
And obviously join FoodX.
It's that's the formula. That's the last part of the formula. Without it, you fail.
Okay. Obviously, we haven't had any tough times with LiveKuna since we started working together, have we?
Not at all. Everything has been smooth from the beginning till the end, and yeah, we're excited.
All right, man. I appreciate your time today. One last thing: where can people find out about the infamous Santiago, and where can people find out about Carlos, and where can people find out more about LiveKuna?
You can find Carlos at LinkedIn under Carlos Gutierrez,
You want to
There's
spell that?
there's probably 1,000 Carlos Gutierrez in LinkedIn, but just find the one that says Kuna Chia.
So how do you spell his last name?
Gutierrez.
Okay, that's Carlos Gutierrez at
Gutierrez,
Kuna Chia.
At Chia, and
Mr.
myself,
Mr. Santiago.
Santiago Stacey, Stacey, also Kuna Chia. And you can find our information and company information on our website, LiveKuna.com. Follow us in Instagram, LiveKuna-North America. And also, if you speak Spanish, you can find us at LiveKuna, That's it. And Twitter as well. Or you can look us up in Facebook. Better yet, go to Amazon.
Better yet, go to Walmart in a month and a half and go buy lots of banana flour.
Yes.
2,000 bags of banana flour, please.
2,000 bags, please.
All right, man. I've really appreciated your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If people have follow-up questions, I would encourage them to reach out to you directly, to send you unmarked bills to your LiveKuna.com website contact address in 50s and 100 denominations.
100 denominations, exactly. If you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions, or if you have any complaints or whatever, you can also email us at info@livekuna.com, and we're happy to answer any questions.
Perfect.
And don't forget to follow FoodX. Where? I don't know where.
Where? God, I don't know. Food-X.com. On Facebook, I guess you can just type in Food-X, and it'll find us. On Twitter, it's FoodX Health. So twitter.com/FoodX Health, I think. I don't know. I have no idea.
And that's why they pay you the big bucks, right?
I know, right? All right, man. Thanks very much for your time. I'm going to press pause, and then I'm going to come back and find out what really is going on with LiveKuna.
All right. Sounds good.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.